So what we're going to do now is we're going to work backwards. So now they're going to give me this answer and they're going to tell me to go this way. When I work backwards like this, what I'm doing is I am factoring. I'm trying to figure out what two things that I multiply to get this final answer. So they'll give us the answer and they're going to want us to work backwards. So I start off by writing each term down. So I have 12ab. I have 14a squared b. I have 2a squared, and I have negative 8ab squared. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down into factors. What did I multiply to get these numbers so that I could find what they have in common? That's going to be called my GCF, my greatest common factor. So I'm going to break down 12, and I want to make sure that I use prime numbers. I want to make sure I break it down as far as I can. So 12 is the same as 6 times 2, but instead of writing 2 times 6, I'm going to break down the 6 to be 2 times 3. I want to break it down as far as possible so that way I can find what they have in common. And then a times b. That's how I would get ab. 14 would be 2 times 7. A squared is a times a, and then b. 2a squared is 2 times a times a. Negative 8 is negative 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times a times b times b. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see what they have in common. So I can see that all 4 terms have a 2 in common, and all 4 terms have an a in common. That means that my greatest common factor is going to be 2a. So if I want to write this in factored form, I'm going to write my GCF outside, and everything that's left over, I'm going to put in parentheses. So I have GCF is 2a. In parentheses, I know I'm going to have 4 terms because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms that I broke up. So in the first term, I have the 2 times the 3 times the b left over. That's going to be 6b. For the second term, I have the 7 times the a times the b. That's going to be positive 7ab. For the third term, I have just an a left over, positive a. And for the fourth term, I have a negative 1 times 2 times 2 times b times b. That's going to be negative 4b squared. So if you notice, what I really did was I got exactly what we started off with right here. And this is called factoring using the GCF.